Hello and welcome back to the Midlife Medicine Cabinet, where our hormones are low, our standards are high, and our tolerance for bullshit has got up and gone. I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Donna, and my tolerance for bullshit has definitely left the room.
Long ago. So this week we haven't got a little video for you. We're not introducing you to one of our friends, but we have been sent a letter. So I'm going to read this letter out for you. And you will very quickly understand what this week's topic is. So, dear besties, I write to you as a 46-year-old newlywed who should, by all romantic comedy standards, be swinging from chandeliers and leaving a trail of rose petals wherever she goes. Instead, I'm swinging gently into perimenopausal confusion and leaving a trail of abandoned lubricant tubes. Nice imagery in the letter there. So, here's the situation. I adore my husband, truly. He is kind, handsome, emotionally intelligent. That's rare, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Rare. Where did she get that from?
I wonder if he's got a brother.
And he still looks at me like I'm the last eclair in the bakery window. I want him, I fancy him, I think about him in ways that would make my younger self blush and my mother faint. But my body, specifically the southern hemisphere, has apparently formed a breakaway republic and is no longer cooperating with central command. My libido has packed a tiny suitcase and gone on an extended sabbatical. My hormones are playing musical chairs. One minute I'm flushed with desire, the next I'm just flushed and considering laying face down on the bathroom tiles. Been there. I feel like a tragicomedy, mentally starring in a steamy romance, physically starring in a public information film about vaginal abandonment.
Bless her.
Oh. To add insult to injury, I waited my whole life to find this lovely man. I finally get the wedding, the ring, the legal permission to rabish, and my vagina responds like it's been asked to assemble IKEA furniture without instructions. I want to have sex all the time. My brain, yes, let's go. My body, computer says no. I feel guilty, I feel frustrated, I feel like I should issue my husband a user manual with a troubleshooting section entitled, "If wife appears enthusiastic, but mechanical systems fail to engage." He is patient and loving, bless him, but I don't want to spend the next decade saying, maybe after this hot flash, or hang on while I read a steamy chapter of my book, and hope beyond hope for something to stir. Agony ants, how does one reconcile a randy heart with a hormonally confused body? How do I keep the spark alive when my internal thermostat is set to volcanic and my libido is buffering? Is there hope for this menopausal newlywed, or should I invest in industrial strength fans, premium moisturiser and a sense of humour? Yours in sweat, love and mild bewilderment, desperate but devoted. I feel like she's written about me there.
Me. So yes,
wow.
The age-old libido and lack of disappearance of in the beautiful stages of perimenopause.
Very beautifully written
menopause.
letter, thank you.
Very beautifully written letter, yes, thank you very much to our very, very kind
and
devoted and desperate little person.
Poor love.
It's, bless her. But yeah, we've got, if you've been perimenopause and menopausal, you've probably been there. It's really, really common, isn't it? Really common.
Oh, it's so common.
I think it's about 40 to 60% of women in that stage of life will feel some changes, and I guess it does change as you go through the different periods of your life, but I think it's a really strong change in this time of
I've definitely been there, especially the last two. I'm kind of 8 years into menopause now, but I think the last 2 years has been, because I'm a relatively newlywed. I've only been married 4 years, but the last 2 years for me, it is that thing where, I can lie there next to my husband in bed, snuggling up, cuddling, and just be completely in love with him. And then he just has to move his hand an inch in the wrong direction, and my brain goes, shut that down right now. He's not going there. And it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like,
mad,
what?
isn't it?
So I absolutely get what this devoted person is feeling. It's horrible, and you're not doing it willingly. You're not doing it deliberately. It's just.
It's a bit like, do you remember when you were younger and you had PMT, and you know you hated during that time. You knew you were being irrational and unpleasant, but you just could not physically stop it from happening. It's the same kind of thing. It's not.
You've got absolutely zero control over it.
No, it is.
It is that kind of, they go to kiss you and you go, nope, he's going to want more than that.
Yeah.
Get away. And it's really, and if you're not of that age, so I know there's quite a lot of younger people that have watched our previous podcasts and that have spoken to me, you'll think this is mental. You'll be thinking, oh my God, these people are crazy. But it's real, it happens, it's coming.
Do you know what has just come to mind? When Kirsten and I were a lot younger and we worked together, we worked with a group of nurses, obviously, and there was all sorts of different ages. We were some of the young ones, and we were talking about sex like you do, and one of our older colleagues, who was probably maybe our age now, I would say, at that time, and she said, sex is okay once you get going. And we both looked at each other and laughed, and we laughed about it for months.
For years.
For years.
We're still laughing about it now.
Until recently, and now we know exactly what she meant.
I know, she was telling the truth. It is all right once you get going, but getting
the going in the first place is
really
the problem.
Hard work.
But yeah, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that nurse either.
No, bless her.
Yeah. But yeah, it's true.
And I think we, at that time, thought, I can't even believe she even thinks about sex, she's that old. And she was probably about the age we are now.
And do you remember the nursing auxiliary, the male one, who thought that people over 30 shouldn't have sex? He was only 18, so he said people over 30 shouldn't have sex. So I hope he's learnt his lesson anyway.
Yeah, he's well over 30 now.
Oh dear. Yeah. We jest.
He won't be experiencing this though, will he?
Well, no. Well, he'll be on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
He'll be on the receiving end of it.
Or the not receiving end of it.
Or the not receiving end, yeah. But yeah, but it's that, there's so many sort of shifts. It's the peak time for hormonal shifts and changes, and, our physical bodies are changing. And then I suppose society is, our family life is changing. We're, potentially looking after older relatives. We've got teenagers or going off to university, or older and slightly older getting married, leaving home, so we've got a bit of empty nest syndrome going on as well. So it's a very, very different time of life for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think studies show that for women aged sort of 40 to 64, about 70% of people when asked report low sexual desire. So it's
70% of women.
70%,
that's
women. A lot.
What is it in men?
Men, it's about 5%. So, yeah, 5, just 5, not 50, 5.
5% of men get a low libido, and 70-something% of women.
Yeah.
What is that all about? It's not fair, is it?
Well, it's that's why it's so imbalanced, isn't it? If it was kind of 50-50, it'd be, you'd be in with a chance, wouldn't you? But
yeah. Yeah, true.
Or even 40-60 would be better.
Yeah. But that is a massive difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a massive difference.
So what else is there?
I mean, I guess hormones are going to have a massive part to play in this. Like you said, this hormone shift in midlife, from 40 up. Did you say the figures were from the age of 40?
40 to 64.
40 to 64. Yeah, and that's when it all starts to change, isn't it? Things start to change, and your estrogen is going to drop massively, and then you get this testosterone shift as well. So, which is biology. It's basically just biology.
It is just biology. So I guess I suppose that's a bit of a positive, really, that it's not anything that any of us are doing, not doing. And I don't know, maybe that would make things feel better when you're trying to kind of explain to your husband that it's not you, it's not me, it's biology.
It's just biology.
It's a fact of our physical makeup, and not a lot we can do. Well, there are some things we can do about it, I guess, but it's going to happen for the most of us, or 70% of us. It's going to happen for. But yeah, and then I think obviously stresses, and your cortisol levels go up because of those hormonal imbalances. Because cortisol is just another hormone, isn't it? So, And, you know, the first thing to go quiet when you're overwhelmed, if you think about when you are stressed or when you've got any sort of anxieties, the first thing that disappears into the boots is your libido.
Yeah.
So even when you're younger and you've got a normal libido, if you're going through a stressful event, then the sex is the last thing on your mind. So if your body's feeling overwhelmed constantly, which it often is in menopause, isn't it? With all those different things, it's not surprising that it's the first thing to disappear off the shelf.
Got so many different things going on in menopause, haven't you? Or peri and menopause. You've got, you have aches and pains all over the place. You've gained weight, so you don't necessarily feel attractive anymore either.
And you can't lose it.
And you can't lose it for love nor money. You've got the brain fog. You probably forgot that much brain fog. You forget what sex is.
Probably, yeah.
Forget who that fella is that lives in your house, don't you? Because of your brain fog.
Who is he?
It's crackers. You forget. I think you always do forget that you used to be a sexy young thing. You know.
And I think if you've had children as well, you've kind of gone through that being a parent, and obviously you've still got the desire, but actually the kids might walk in, or you've not got the opportunity because you've been up all night with one of them or whatever, and so that kind of changes the dynamics of your relationship, I suppose, with your husband.
And also the hormonal thing, it isn't just about the libido necessarily, because it can make things uncomfortable down there. You've got the dryness and the discomfort. So you might not necessarily think that it's going to be enjoyable. There is that.
There is.
But I mean, having that sort of lack of desire, and it doesn't, this is one thing that for any man watching, it doesn't mean she doesn't love you, it doesn't mean she doesn't fancy it just means her body's just checked out in that sense.
Well, what did our writer say? Body says no.
Yeah, brain says yes, body says no.
Yeah. So it's like the age-old dichotomy of like, Yeah. Well, It's not legs wide open, it's legs well and truly crossed.
Yeah. And how many women probably go to bed earlier than their husbands or partners now and pretend to be asleep just so they don't have to. I've done that. And what other kind of strategies do we have? What other things do we do to avoid? It's just plain dead, isn't it? We just play dead.
Just play dead. The other thing I've just thought about that, obviously as we get, through with more and more people on things like SSRIs, so your sertralines and your antidepressants and things, which
definitely,
more and more people need just to be able to cope with the overwhelm of life. We kind of, I suppose, when we were created for a very simple life. And we weren't really made to sort of communicate with the number of people that we communicate with now because of the internet and social media and things. So it does create overwhelm. But SSRIs also can impact on your libido. They can
delay orgasm.
They can make it difficult to orgasm. So, and what's the point of having sex if you're not going to orgasm, kind of thing? Or it can make it very frustrating that you want to but you can't. So that kind of then puts a different frame on your relationship, and that adds another layer of stress, so then it becomes more difficult. And you might go through that, you go through like the having babies, so you rampant can be, because you've got that lovely hormone pattern of your estrogen and progesterone, and you've got your and then it's you're actively seeking sex because your egg wants to be fertilized, etc. And then that starts, so you've lost all that, then you've had your children, and then you've got all that disruption from that, and
which
parenting.
Is it the luteal phase, which is your crappy phase?
That's the crappy phase.
So it's like we're in an eternal luteal phase.
It's an eternal luteal phase.
Yeah. That's
when it's like, shutter doors coming down.
They ain't that when you're a bitch during your period, it's almost like you're repelling. You're repelling people, pre-period, during your cycle,
just
you're
before your premenstrual stage is your luteal phase, isn't it? That's when you're irrational,
it's the longest phase, isn't it, the luteal phase? Is it the longest phase?
Probably.
The bitchy phase?
I think the longest phase is the post-period, from period to ovulation, because then it sort of peaks up, and then your progesterone
I forget the name of all the different phases.
Yeah, I just remember the luteal phase.
Luteal phase is the bitch phase. So we are in an eternal
Yeah.
luteal phase, ladies.
And
So-
I guess, the other thing as well that goes with menopause is the sleep. Because I don't know about you, but I cannot sleep for love nor money. And I seem to have gone through phases of sometimes I can't get to sleep, and sometimes I'm absolutely out and I have to pretend just to be sure. Sometimes I can't get to sleep, or I'm absolutely nodding on the sofa, and then I go to bed and I'm like ding 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 ding, and my brain's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So, and then other times I go to bed and I'm like out like a light, and then you can guarantee at either 3 or 4 a.m. it's like the witching hour.
Yeah.
Bing.
Wide awake club.
Wide awake.
Yeah.
So, and on a personal level, me and my husband were always kind of morning people, but he got so used to waking up with me not there in bed, because I've been up since 3 o'clock, that actually, I think even he's lost his libido now, just on the basis of...
Is he in the 5% club?
He might be now,
in the 5% club.
I think he's waited so long, he's in the 5% club.
Yeah, it's like see, another pause. It happens every time. There it was.
There's the menopausal meltdown.
There's the meltdown. There's the brain meltdown. Yeah, the lack of sleep is you're absolutely exhausted. You're anxious. You're stressed.
Yeah, your
body-
hormones have done one.
Yeah, and your body's not going to prioritise pleasure.
No,
Is it?
pleasure is not on the
No. Sleep, yes. Pleasure, no.
survival. It's about survival.
Yeah.
And I guess you're in that fight or flight all the time because of all those things. So again, pleasure and sex is not on the agenda when you're in a fight and flight, and those cortisol levels are so high that you are in that constant fight or flight. Yeah. I've not really thought of that, but
Yeah. There is a list of physical health conditions that are all linked to low libido as well. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, thyroid disorders and chronic pain. How many people in midlife have those, or one of those?
many.
Many of them, so that won't help. And also, good vascular health is crucial for sexual function in all genders.
Well, it makes sense, really,
Mm.
because that's what's going to help with dryness and,
Yeah.
you know.
It's all about the blood flow, isn't it?
Yeah.
To the area.
Well, the whole sensation is about the blood flow for both
yeah.
sexes.
Both sexes, yeah. So yeah, if you're diabetic, got heart disease, obesity, thyroid or chronic pain, then...
And they're all going to expect the vascularity of...
Yeah.
And I guess that your genitals are not going to be the priority for vascularisation. It's going to be your heart and your lungs and
You
your
would
brain.
hope so, wouldn't you?
Because they're the ones that you need the most.
I would hope so.
So yeah, so that's why. Oh, God, it's all making so much sense.
No point having a big hard on if your heart doesn't work. Is there? I mean...
Well, you know.
But plenty of men have died having sex, heart attacks.
That's because the heart's being denied.
Yeah, because all the blood's
Because
gone to the wrong place.
It's all in the wrong place.
Maybe we could do with a little bit more than that 5%, couldn't we? We'd save lives. Yeah.
Yeah. Low
Get on that
libido
British
saves
Heart Foundation.
lives.
Sort
Low
that
libido
out.
saves lives.
That's what the British Heart Foundation needs to do now. Work on a drug that lowers men's libidos, and then they won't
To
all
be
die of heart
equivalent
attacks
to the
while having
women
sex.
of their same age.
There you go. That's my contribution to.
I wish I was in the
cardiac
30%.
research. I wish I was in the 30%. We all wish we were in the 30%.
I quite like sex.
Yeah. It's quite nice once you get going.
Oh, bless that lady. Bless
She
her.
was so funny.
Yeah. Oh, fun times.
Fun times indeed. Oh dear.
So I suppose things that what can our writer do? I
What's
guess
the answer?
it's a tough one, isn't it? There's no kind of definite answer, but I suppose being kind to yourself, which we talked about being kind to ourselves at our last podcast as well, but
Yeah.
being kind to yourself and just looking after yourself, doing the small things like I don't know, maybe taking magnesium to help you sleep, trying to eat healthily, etc.
Yeah.
What is your overall health like? What you're doing to kind of manage your anxiety, your other anxieties and stress.
Yeah.
as best you
That's
can.
it, making lifestyle changes,
Yeah.
sorting out your sleep patterns, sorting out your stress levels.
And I guess seeking the advice of a specialist, whether that's your GP, if you've got a GP that specialises, or because obviously trying to get your hormones in balance is key, isn't it? And I think the thing, years ago they used to say, oh, you could only have HRT for so long, etc. And I do remember our practice nurse saying to me, oh, how long have you been on your patches now? Because we can only have them for so long. Thank God she's retired. Because I was like...
That's mean.
I'll buy them on the black market. It's not like I'm suddenly going to start producing estrogen on my own again, am I, at this ripe old age?
Do you know, when I was a younger nurse, so my job was in pre-op assessment, and I'm talking a long time ago, we used to have to make people stop their HRT before lower limb surgery or spinal surgery, which was a nonsense because it's replacing your hormones. It's not extra
it's
hormones.
Not like,
But anyway, we used to have to make them stop it. And these women would be freaking out that they had to stop their HRT. And I was there going, Jesus Christ, all that's going to happen is you're going to have a couple of hot flushes. Get a grip. And now...
now you know.
I'm so sorry to every one of those women, because there's no way. I'd be like that. No, give me a DVT. I don't care. I'd rather have a DVT than stop my HRT.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sounds like a poet, that. Sounds like
give
a
me
rap.
a DVT. Yeah.
Rather stop my HRT.
I'm not going to start rapping. No. That would be really bad.
She's not going to put Eminem out.
I can understand why. But hormone therapy, hormone replacement therapies, if you're not already on HRT, or if you're... So a lot of people don't want to take HRT, and a lot of people can't take HRT because of other risk factors. So, there are like supplements that you can get that behave a little bit like HRT but without the hormones in. So we've got one of those, we take one of those. If anybody wants the information about that, just drop us a message and we'll get it over to you. We can't talk brands on here, but that works well, and you can take that if you're on HRT or if you're not on HRT, and it kind of mimics the effects of estrogen without actually having any estrogen in it, so it's quite safe for people who ordinarily wouldn't be on HRT.
HRT in itself is such a minefield, isn't it? I know when I started, I had a phone appointment because it was COVID times and you weren't allowed to see your doctor face to face, even though I was a nurse, at the cold face of it, but anyway. And I had a phone conversation with her, saying that this is how I was feeling, and and she said, yeah, sounds, very much like menopause. There's different ways. So you can have a patch, or you can have a gel and a patch, or you can have a Marina coil and a gel. So which road would you like to go down? And I said, look, I've just told you that one of my biggest problems is I can't make a decision to save my life. So how do you expect me to decide about that? I had the choice and I feel like I can't make a decision. And she was like, okay. And she actually said, are you the type of lady, because I've never ever met this GP, so I've only ever had a phone, I have since met her, but at that point I'd only had this phone call with her. She said, are you the type of lady that gains weight easily? I was like, oh yes, that is me. She said, let's go with the patch then, because the others can make you more inclined to gain weight apparently. So
that's weird, isn't it? Because it's all the same hormone.
I know. So I went with a combinant compound patch, and there we are.
Yeah.
But there's now bioidentical, because obviously the
bioidentical
ones that your GP will prescribe you are just kind of fairly standard, whereas now you can get bioidentical privately, where they measure your hormones. Now I've always thought that measuring your hormones is a bit of a, they go off symptoms, because what you measure today could be completely different than what you measure tomorrow, because it's fluctuating so much.
Yeah. But I'm seriously considering going down that route. So I had a private blood test done, and I'm on HRT, and I'm on a higher dose of HRT. If I go any higher, the patch is gonna be the size of a crisp packet, or I'll be wrapping it around my leg. It'll be that bloody big. So I'm a bit loath to go higher, but my estrogen is still low and my testosterone is high. And which is probably one of the many reasons that I've started to lose my hair. So I've gone thin here, so I've literally got male pattern baldness, and I currently identify as a middle-aged man.
But you're in the 5% club.
So, but I'm not in that 5%. Yeah, I'm in the 5%. That's not fair. If I'm going to have male pattern baldness, at least give me the libido to go with it. So, because they say testosterone is supposed to increase your libido.
Yeah.
Mine's high. So what the hell is going on?
I do not know.
It's not working.
But we can get one of our friends in, can't we, for a future
We've
episode?
got a couple of
where we've got
friends who are experts
some menopause
in this,
experts, so
in
we'll
this
get them
field.
in to do a little bit more than our just silly ramblings of what we can do.
Do you know that there are certain foods that can increase your libido?
What?
Not the ones you would think of. I'll tell you what they are. Broccoli.
Oh. Okay.
Cloves.
Oh.
We drink chai lattes like they're coming out of our ears. Like,
why does it not change at Christmas then when there's cloves in everything?
I know.
There's cloves in your mulled wine, there's
Imagine
cloves in your
everyone's
mulled
just there
cider,
having
there's
Christmas.
cloves in your Christmas cake.
Yeah.
Why does that not work
I
then?
don't know. Because nothing's working for us, is it? Figs, apparently.
Oh.
Figs.
What about fig rolls, as in the biscuits?
Yes,
Do
get
they
me a fig
work?
roll and a chai latte stat.
Oh, dear.
Watermelon.
Oh.
I know. Chocolate.
Yes. Well,
And get this one.
I
this
should be
one,
definitely in the 30%.
This one, iceberg lettuce. There's something in iceberg lettuce that's supposed to make you horny.
Water. That's all that's in iceberg lettuce
I
and
know.
watermelon. What's all
Yeah.
that
I
about?
don't know. And foods that kill libido. Oysters.
Oh.
Now they used to say oysters were an aphrodisiac, but apparently
I'm
they're
sure
not.
that they said oysters used
They
to
used
say
to
that.
say that, yeah, but no, apparently not.
I mean, there wouldn't be an aphrodisiac for me because I'd probably
You'd be
puke.
vomiting.
Blech.
Cake
Oh,
kills your libido. Cake.
maybe
What
that's
if it's
my problem.
chocolate cake though?
Maybe it just balances it out.
Cake
The
and
negativeness.
cake and lettuce. Cake and lettuce. I'll have a salad and then I'll have a bit of cake. You could have cake after sex. Have a salad before with some broccoli, cloves, figs, watermelon, chocolate, iceberg lettuce.
And then
So it sounds like an awful salad that. And then have some cake afterwards. And ice cream is also
we could have cake, warm cake with ice
warm
cream.
cake with
then.
ice cream. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be well served after sex.
yeah, after sex. And cheese also kills libido.
Oh,
So there it is, cake, ice cream, cheese. No, I don't eat cake actually a lot, or ice cream,
Not
but I do eat a
really.
lot of cheese.
yeah.
But I also eat a lot of broccoli. And
I eat a lot of
iceberg.
broccoli and
Yeah,
lettuce.
I
I
eat
don't eat
lettuce.
much watermelon.
So yeah, there you go. Those are things that actually affect your libido.
Well, who'd have
So,
known it? I'm
who'd
sure
have
that
known
oysters were
that?
aphrodisiacs.
But you always said they were, didn't they? But I
I
did
did.
do some research, and those were the things that it said. Because if you don't want, this is the problem, you know, if you're already on optimum hormone therapy and you're not kind of getting horny, basically, what else can you do? You know, I mean, I suppose you go to couples therapy and sex therapy and all that, but
Yeah, you
is
could
that
do
really
that.
going to help? I don't know. I don't know if it will. I think maybe you just need to kind of set tiny little goals.
Yeah.
You know, don't, you know what I mean?
Don't pressurize yourself, and I guess talking to your partner as well about it. I mean, you know, I'm not a newlywed, so you know we talk quite
Yeah.
openly about it. But yeah, just talking about it and explaining it that it is biology. That's kind of a really sort of interesting
Yeah.
thing, and I guess you know it's not the end of your sex life.
It's not the end of your sex
It's not the end of your sex life, and when your body starts to feel sort of nourished and cared for, then your libido, because if you're trying to force it, it's going to make it even more difficult. It's not going to,
Yeah.
you know, it's like anything that you're trying to force, it's not going to happen, or it's not going to happen and it's not going to be pleasant or whatever. Whereas if you're kind of nourishing it and just, you know, just making time for each other and spending time together and doing nice things, the other nice things, not eating oysters obviously, which is a good thing,
Not
to be
even
honest.
oysters, chocolate.
So
Eat
that
chocolate
so that
together.
your libido kind of naturally sort of flows back, and it just little steps.
There's a massive, you know, emotional,
Yeah.
for women particularly, you know, there's that whole, sex is very much linked to emotional closeness, isn't
Yeah.
it, for women? So you can't not speak to your wife all day and then expect her to put out when you get in bed, because it's not happening.
No.
It's not. If you haven't been nice to me all day long, no. I think that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But and I think, I guess as you kind of start taking each other for granted a bit, don't you? In when you, especially when you've been married a long time. That's not the case for our lovely letter writer, but you do kind of, life just gets in the way, doesn't it? And you start to take each other for granted, and then you lose that emotional connection.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's about getting that back.
You know, obviously we know that our letter writer is a newlywed, but they have got family, and you know they've got other commitments within their little world as well. They've got children, jobs, you know, changing jobs. They've both been changing
through
jobs.
Quite a bit of stress recently, which won't be helping.
So it's like an accumulation of all of those things, and it's kind of, you know, and you know, she said he's very patient and loving and everything. So, and I'm sure he will continue to be that, so that, you know, they can just ride it out together. And because, you know, relationship, I mean, sex is an important part of a relationship, I know, but it's not all of it. It's not the be all and end all of it.
And like you said, you know, it's not the end of your sex life when you get to this time of life.
No.
Hopefully it will.
I think mine's re-emerging, you know.
Oh my God.
Don't tell my husband.
I was going to say, it's your husband's re-emerging because he's in the 5% club.
He's in the 5% club because mine's been disappeared for so long, it's like gone off duty.
I thought you were going to,
It's gone off duty.
It's gone off duty. So, I think we all just need to, it's all about self-love again, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
We all just need to love ourselves a little bit more. Give ourselves a break. Don't beat yourself up about it. Make your husbands watch this podcast. It's not her fault.
It's biology. She didn't ask to be like this.
No, she wants to be in the 30%.
Mother Nature, she can do one.
Yeah. I don't think Mother Nature is a woman. I think it's a man.
No, I don't.
Because, you know, like 70%, 5%, come on. Maybe it's a thing so that we don't start having babies at this stage of life.
Maybe, especially perimenopause, because you still can be fertile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a contraception. It's a form of contraception.
Natural contraception. Yeah. That's what it is, because nobody wants to be popping babies out in your 40s and 50s.
No, and you do hear people, don't you, thinking that they're in the menopause, and you know it's all, and the next thing you know, they're popping a baby out.
Oh no,
in their like, you know, mid to late 40s.
No. But that's not the case. Mine all stopped working ages ago. 8 years ago, mine all stopped working. It all packed in then. So, can I just have my libido back, please? Thank you very much.
See, mine,
Send it in the post.
I'm probably about 2 years ahead of you, so you might have a couple of years yet. So I've got a couple of years.
Yeah, my husband's not going to be happy with a couple of years.
Having said that, when I say I think it's coming back, I think I just only want to think about it. I don't want to actually do it.
That's because of Riley Green.
That's Riley Green, yeah.
You only want it, it's only coming back when you're thinking about Riley Green.
If you don't know who Riley Green is, Google him.
Google Riley Green.
And Google his video for his song, The Worst Way.
Yeah.
In fact,
you don't want the kids to be in the room.
That's what our writer can do. She can watch that.
She needs to watch that. That's enough to get anyone going. Yeah. Honestly.
Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about the sleep. Don't worry about the antidepressants. Don't worry about the lack of hormones. Don't worry about the stress and the cortisol. Just watch Riley Green.
Yeah, and on
can we tag him in the podcast?
Yeah, we should do. Maybe Jack can edit a photo of Riley in somewhere,
just so that you can see. Yeah, so you can appreciate.
It's worth watching this entire nonsense I was waffling on just for this picture at the end. So yeah. So there we go.
We could put him in the medicine cabinet. That'd make us all better.
Yeah. You just want to put him in your understairs cabinet, don't you?
I do.
Where I've got Chris Young still living.
Need cardboard cutouts.
Cardboard cutouts.
We could.
We need a cardboard cutout. Maybe he could join us on the couch.
I'm not sharing. We'll do it we'll do that podcast when you're on holiday. Me and Riley.
Not fair.
There's
enough of Riley to go around, I think.
Excuse me.
There's enough libido in that man.
Excuse me.
To go around. I'm telling you now.
Probably.
My stomach keeps making funny noises. I hope Jack can edit that out of this microphone.
Hopefully, yes.
Okay.
So, I think we're wrapping it up there, aren't we? I don't think
we
there's
are.
much else we can add. If you've got any magical sort of things that you've tried and have helped you, even if it's only helped a little nano bit, drop us a message or pop a comment in the underneath the podcast or whatever. If you don't want to be, identified, then just get in touch with us. Because anything that we could do to help our friend and help ourselves and help each other would be nice. So
Absolutely.
yeah, let us know any top tips that you've got. And in a future episode, we will be bringing, as we said before, some of our colleagues and friends who are specialise in menopause care and menopause coaching. So that'll be a good one.
Yeah,
and we can pick their brains from a professional stance as well.
And don't forget, if there's anything that is doing your head in about midlife that you want us to cover, you want us to check our medicine cabinet to see if there's anything in there that can help, drop us a message too, and we will include it in a future podcast.
Send us a letter or send us a little video.
Yeah.
However.
Okay.
So, it's good night from me.
It's good night from her. Bye.
Bye.